Today we will start our new lesson, floating bodies. Okay. Take your textbook children, open page number 127. So children, what type of objects will float on the water? What type of objects will sink in the water? We will see. Okay. You don't know what objects, you know what objects will sink, what objects will float, but you don't know the reason exactly, no? Why they float and why they sink. So that we will learn in this lesson. What is our lesson? So, to know which object floats and to which object will sink, for that which plays main role is density. Now we will learn density means what?
Pooja is on a cruise with her family. While standing on the deck of the ship, she wonders how such a huge, heavy ship stays afloat on the sea when a small and light iron nail sinks. The density of an object determines whether it floats on or sinks in a fluid. An object will float in water if its density is less than the density of water, and it will sink in water if its density is more than that of water. The ship stays afloat because its density is less than that of seawater.
Okay children, so which objects float on water? If object's density is more or less? Less. So if you take water, here we are talking liquid is water. So what type of objects float on water? What type of objects sink in water? So if the object is sinking in the water, then what does it mean? Its density is?
Less than water.
Less than the water or greater than the water?
Less than.
Greater. If an object is sinking inside the water, what is given? Density of the object is less. For a body to float in water, float. For floating, what is the condition, children?
Density of an object less than the water.
Yeah, density of the body less than density of water. So see children, note this point, okay? For a body to float in water. So what type of objects float on water? Then when the density of the object is less than density of water. When you compare with water, if you take any object, if its density is less, then it will float. So vice versa. If one point you can remember the next one. When the density of the object is less, then it will float in water, float on water. If the density of the object is more, then it will sink in water. What is the condition for sinking? Greater. Density of the body less. This you note down. Okay? So this is the main concept. Why some objects float and why some objects sink. Now we will learn in detail what is density. Here this condition you understood, no? When density of the object is less, the object dash on water.
Float.
When the density of the object is more, the object sinks
In water.
Clear? Okay.
Whereas the nail sinks as its density is more than that of seawater. But what is density? Density is a physical property of a substance. Let us conduct an experiment to understand the concept of density. Here are two solid balls, one made of copper and the other made of aluminium. Both are of the same size. But what do you observe when you place the balls on the bands of a balance? The copper ball weighs more than the aluminium ball. Why does the copper ball have greater mass than the aluminium ball of the same size. This difference in mass is due to the nature of atoms in each ball. Copper atoms are smaller than aluminium atoms. This means that more copper atoms can fit in a given space compared with aluminium atoms. Hence, the copper ball contains more atoms than the aluminium ball.
So understood this children? For the given volume, how much mass is there? That is called as density. Now just now you learned the condition when the objects float, when the objects sink. Then what is the main word we use? Density, no? Now first we should know now what is density. So what is density? Density means mass per volume. Means for given volume, how many molecules are present in it. So see here. So if you take this is copper and that is aluminum, right? So if you take this copper, for your understanding, this is copper and this is aluminum, right? See, I will write the molecules. So instead of copper, aluminum, I am taking some A object. This is some object A, this is some object B. Both volume is same, no? How you can tell volume is same?
Same size.
Yeah, tell size. So to see they are of same size, so volume is same. Now see the molecules. For example, in A, like this the molecules are packed. If you see B, can you see children this color?
Yes, teacher.
Now understood. Same volume, but see how the molecules are packed in A. How many molecules are there or now they are packed? They are near. And molecules also? Many, no? Compared to B, see the molecules. Many. Where the molecules are less?
B.
Molecules are nothing but what these molecules will have, it will have some mass. This will give mass, no, to this A. And there the molecules are less. So mass and volume together we consider when we talk about density. Understood? Density means what? Mass per given volume. Volume is same, but what about the mass? Here the molecules are more, so mass is more. So here molecules are less, so mass will be less. For given volume, volume is same, no? So which density is more now? You can tell, no? A. Density of B is less. Like this we will define density. For telling density, what you need, children?
Mass and
Mass
Mass and volume. Mass by volume. So density is equals to mass by volume.
Also, a copper atom has more mass than an aluminium atom. These two factors make the copper ball weigh more than the aluminium ball, although both are of the same size and shape. The density of an object gives us an idea of how much matter is packed in a given space. The density of an object can be defined as the mass per unit volume of that object. In the MKS or SI system, the unit of mass is kilogram and the unit of volume is cubic meter. Thus, the unit of density is kilogram per meter cube. In the CGS system, the unit of mass is gram.
Note down, children. And see, I already told you, no, how you will, though you don't need to by heart mug up the units. How to extract units? You know the definition, no? Yes or no? So tell me the definition. From that you can write units of your own. What is the definition of density? Mass by volume. What is the units of mass?
Kgs, meters.
Either kgs or grams, right? But MKS system means see MKS meters kg. We will here we will take kg when we go for MKS system. Mass how you will measure? Kg. And volume? Meter cube. Means bigger units. No. Mass kg is the bigger unit only, no? Volume is the meter cube is the bigger unit. Now coming to CGS system, same density is equal to mass by volume, you know. Now what is the smaller unit than kg to measure mass?
Grams.
Grams. So grams and volume how you will measure? Centimeter. Here meter you took for mk. So for CGS you will take centimeter cube. So like this you can remember units. You no need to by heart, but by remembering the definition or formula of density you can extract units. Okay children?
And the unit of volume is cubic centimeter. Thus, the unit of density is gram per centimeter cube. 1 kilogram per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per 1000 centimeter cube. In other words, 1000 kilograms per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube. The mass of water having a volume of 1 centimeter cube at 4 degrees Celsius is 1 gram.
Okay children? Now let me ask you some questions based on this topic. Stand up Dilip. Read the question.
Steel sinks in water while a ship made up of steel float in water. Which of the following is the correct reason for this?
Tell what is given? Steel sinks in water while a ship made of steel floats in the water. Yes, no? Steel sinks in the water, but while making a ship, steel is used, no. But that ship is not sinking in the water. Why? Which of the following is the correct reason? Tell, read the options.
Density of ship is equal to that of steel. Density of water is equal to that of steel. Density of steel is less than that of ship. Density of ship is less than that of water.
Sit. Who will tell answer? Raise hands. Stand up, precious. Stand up. Tell. Which is true statement that you select? This which is true statement? Ship is floating. Tell.
Density of ship is less than 1.
Okay, good. Sit. Who will tell read question? You read, who will tell answer raise hands. Okay, all together. Okay, B. We will float on water. Okay. Next, at what temperature the density of the water is? This is given, no? Madam? Okay, good. An object made of aluminum floats on water, then which of the following must be? An object made of aluminum floats on water is. Read the question. Density of the object is less. See, this is there. In this both, which you choose? A. You should choose. You should not choose B. Why? Density of aluminum not. The object how they are making matters. No. They take the metal. If volume more less mass, then only it will float. Same aluminum with less volume, you keep more mass, then it will sink. No. So it depends on the object. That's it. That's it, finished. Now coming to let me check this any activity is there or not. Anyway, class you understood no? Which objects things which objects. I'm touching different activities. Okay, see the next one. Now where children density and relativity.
Rahul is having a plastic ball and a coin in his hand. He throws both the coin and ball in the water at the same time.
Listen, I will ask.
He was
question.
surprised to see the ball floating on water while the coin is sinking in water. But why is it so? He thought
Why children? You know no later. Stop. Anyone? Stand up. Tell.
The density of the coin is more than water and the ball less than the water.
So coin will sink and ball will flow.
heavier objects sink while lighter objects float. Think. Heavy logs of wood float on water while pebbles sink in water. So the above statement, heavy objects sink and the light objects float, is not true. Then what property should we take into account for objects sinking and floating in water? Let's explore. We have to calculate the density of the object to determine whether the object will float or sink. Let's proceed to see how to calculate the density of an object.
How to calculate children? What you need to calculate density? Density of a substance is defined as
B. Mass by
a needle sinks in water because raise hands. Needle sinks in water because the ratio of density of substance to the density of water in 4 degrees. There is a units of density. Yes, no. The dimensions of relative density. So this is unable. I am unable to open that. Next topic, children. Floating and rotation.
Even a small stone sinks in water, but a huge ship floats effortlessly on the surface of water.
Why, children?
density of density
Any activity is given based on density. So this we can. Okay, what?
Have you ever wondered how is this possible? The important factor that determines whether a body will float or sink is the density. Substances like stone, iron, gold, copper and diamond sink in water. This is because these substances have more density than water. On the other hand, substances such as wood, cork and feather float on water. This is because these substances have less density than water.
So it is clearly shown, no? Diamond, copper, gold, iron, stone. You can see, no children. These all are what? Metal stone, most of them. And the stone. So they sink in water. And what are the items that float on water? So why? What is the reason? Because can I tell heavy, light? Can I use that word? Because metals are heavy, they are thinking, can I use that word or I have to use density? Density. You have to use density word. You cannot use heavy or light.
Let us now do an activity to study the floating patterns of a wooden block in different liquids.
So this activity is
Take
there.
a beaker filled with
This
glycerin
activity is there in your textbook, children.
having a density of 1.25 gram per centimeter cube. The density of wood under consideration is 0.68 gram per centimeter cube.
Listen here, look here.
When you dip the wooden block in glycerin, it floats. This is because the density of the wooden block is less than the density of glycerin. Observe the portion of the block that is submerged in glycerin.
Observe the portion, children, how much it is submerged in glycerin.
Now take another beaker filled with alcohol and having a density of 0.78 gram per centimeter cube. Dip the wooden block in.
Now see, children, the density of glycerin, how much is given here? 1.25, no? 1.25. Density of glycerin. And density of alcohol?
0.78.
So actually, if you compare these both are liquids only, no? If you compare these both, whose density is more? Glycerin or alcohol? Glycerin density is more. So, if you pour alcohol on glycerin, then which will float? Alcohol will float on
Glycerin.
Why? Because density of alcohol is less than. So like that, if you float oil on water,
Oil float.
you have observed, no? Many times oil floats on water. Why you came to know now? Why? Because the density of oil is less than water, so it will float. So not only solid objects. If you take two liquids whose density is less, that liquid will float. Whose density is more, that liquid will sink. Okay. Now coming to see, now take the wood. One is, both are liquids only, glycerin and alcohol. But see, in glycerin, in which it submerged more wood.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Why?
Density is less.
So as the density of the liquid decreases, then what happens to the objects? They submerge more into the liquid. Understood? That is the point you have to retrieve out of this activity. So what is the another activity? Another point you have to make here? If the density of the object or density of the liquid is decreasing, then what happens to the objects? They submerge more into that liquid. See here 1.25, here 0.5. Decrease no. So the wooden submerge more. Still you decrease. Still if I take another liquid whose density is 0.5, then what happens? Understood? Submerge. So that is the relation between sinking and density of the liquids. Okay, children. Then, so shall we do these questions? Then we will close this session. Okay? Stand up, Megha. Substances like stone, sand, and iron dash in water because the density of these substances is dash than water. But these substances sink or float?
Sink.
Why?
Because the density of these substances is less than water.
Less than water or more than water?
Less than
So what is the option?
Sink and move.
A, B, C, D.
A.
Density is defined as the
Volume. A.
which of the following liquids has the greatest density? Just now you saw no in that.
Less than C.
C, B, C, D. Which one?
C.
To ensure that if it floats in water, its insides are made as hollow as possible too. See, while making the ship, inside some air gaps are left. They will make the ship, while making the ship, they use nails, metal, wood, everything. Metal individually, you drop a nail, it will sink. But when it is used in making the ship, it will not make the ship to sink. Why? Why? Because what they do? While preparing the ship in between, they will leave some air gaps. Because of air, what happens? The ship will float. So that's what it is. Why they leave that hollow space? Why? Because of that what happens? Yeah, density decreases. And it makes the ship to float. Okay, children. So today what we have learned? So which type of objects float on water? What type of objects sink in water? Then the reason is density. What is density? What are the units of density? And some examples. Okay. Then tomorrow we will learn the next topic. Okay, children? Okay, let me check the next one. We will see relative density.
Of solids and
Okay, children, see, this is the very nice activity. This will tell you mass by volume, how we can. So see, now here it is given. Now shall we take? You tell. Shall we take blocks of same mass? First, here we can select. See, same mass, same volume, same density. Here it is given. No, if I select the same mass, then you will get the object here of same mass. Okay, now see. Here, I took one of these. What is this object, children? Wood. What is this object? Bricks. Now let me check. Now see here, we can choose this also. Show forces. If I tick here forces, then it will show you. Now see gravity. Now see down arrow you got a. Means what? Gravity always acts downwards. No? Gravity always pulls the object down. Now see if I tick buoyancy. Then buoyancy always acts in upward direction. Okay, let me start this. And what is this liquid? Here fluid two are given. Oil, water. What shall we take? We take oil, water. Okay, first we will check in water. Now shall I drop this? Shall I drop this block in the water? Okay, children, shall I drop this? Did it sink?
No.
Shall I drop this?
Yes.
Shall I? What happened to this brick? Sink. Why, children? Both are having same mass, no? See? I will remove it. And weight. I weighed, no? So what is the force acting on this? 49 kg. By mass is 5 kg. Now let me keep this here. Then let me weigh this wooden block. This is also same. Gravity acting on both of them is same. But this wooden block floats on water, brick sinks in the water. Why?
Density of wood is
Tell loudly. Yeah, that's okay. About density, coming to density. Density of the block is less than density of this brick. Brick density is more. So, now see, I have taken what I have chosen here, same volume. Now I took two objects. Volume is same. Yes, no? Here I selected no same volume. So see the volume, almost same only, both. See? I will remove this force. Okay. You can see, no? Brick, volume same. Now see? Volume same only. Mass you see, children. For that same volume, what is the mass of the wood? 2 kg. Here? 10 kg. Volume is same only, but mass is 10 kg. Here mass is 2 kg. By seeing this only you can tell. Now let me check the gravity acting on it. So see. Obviously, no? 98 newtons gravity acting on this. Now let me check wooden's gravity. 19.60 newtons of gravity acting on this. Now, shall I throw these in the water and see?
Yes.
See what does this pink arrow indicate, children? I selected buoyancy force, no? So it is indicating with pink arrow. It is acting upward, no? So it will show you that upward force. See, buoyancy is acting upward thrust, upward force. So pink arrow. Now, what happened, children? This brick is sinking and the wooden block is float on water. Why? Actually, volume is same, no? Means size. To see both are having same size. But why the brick sinks and why the wooden block floats? Because of the density. For given volume, the mass is more with brick. For the given volume, the mass is less with wood. So density. Yeah, we will test it with oil. Okay. So next we will test with oil, children. Let me take this out. Okay. Now I have filled this tub with oil within few seconds. No? If it was really how to take oil and fill, it becomes mess and it takes lots of time, right? Now let me check. Now, what shall I take, children? Same mass or same volume?
Same mass.
Mass. Okay. Mass is same. 5 kg brick. Shall I throw it?
Yes.
5 kg. Okay. In oil also same. The wooden block is floating and the brick sinks. Mass is same, no? 5 kg, 5 kg. But see that volume, children. Wooden block is big, no? but the brick is small, means volume, size. To see size means with small volume it is having 5 kg of weight, and this large volume it is having same 5 kgs of weight. So this wooden block floats and okay, understood children? Even though you take oil or water, here if it is sinking in oil means what? The brick density is more than oil you should take. Okay. If the brick is sinking in oil, the density of brick is more than oil. If the wood is floating in oil, then the density of wood is less than oil. Okay. So understood children? So tomorrow what will be our session? We will learn thrust and pressure and lactometer, atmospheric pressure tomorrow. Okay, for today, what you have learned children? Density, units of density, why the objects float on water, why the objects sink in water, and what happens when the density of the liquid is increased, what will happen? Density of the liquid decreases, what happens? This is all you learn now. And while making the ship, why the ship floats on the water? Though some material is used in the making the ship will float on the water. Why you understood, no? So tomorrow our session is atmospheric pressure. Okay, children. So once go. Okay, children, once go through your textbook, whether the matter is almost same activities are given, textbook and DG. So once again you go through the textbook and come with the doubts tomorrow. Okay, children.